You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, friends? Daniel Dopp here from the Fantasy Focused Football Podcast over on ESPN.
It's Fab, so you're Michael Fabiano from Sports Illustrated.
You know who you can trust if you've got some questions about your fantasy squad?
Want to check out a cool show on YouTube that'll help you get ready for the fantasy football season?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Head on over to YouTube. Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network because they're doing everything they can to make you a better fantasy player.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You're tuned in to Get Right Fantasy.
What up? What up? What up, world? This is FishnFrank here with Get Right Fantasy Network. Hope you all liked our new intro video. Good job, Mike. I like it. It's pumped. It looks good. So here we are Wednesday night doing the buy, sell, trade show here. Just kind of looking to see who we're going to look at the Thursday night football start sit. Get some injuries, news, and updates. And then again, go over some top waiver targets to buy, sell, or hold here. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in here. Let me know if you have any trade questions we could chat about. Let's talk about. I was actually just putting mine into a trade calculator analyzer, and I felt like I did pretty good here. I just traded for Zay Flowers. Now that I feel like Lamar Jackson's back, hopefully he has some better games ahead of him. For Isaiah Pacheco, who just got injured, and I just was like underperforming him. Have plenty of running back room, so I feel pretty good about that trade right now. Hopefully, he has a good finishing run here in the season. But the trade analyzer says I'm plus 0.87, 8.7 power rank over a negative 5.5 rank power rank. So it says I win the trade. So it's just interesting to see, tap that in there like that. I just want to kind of go over here what we got going on here during the week here at Get Right Fantasy for you all. Give me a second. I'm trying to find the graphic here. Fridays we're gonna have the start sit Q&A. So we go over all the games here. On Sunday we have Mike doing the active inactive Saturday morning. Monday night I'm here for the overreaction waiver wire show. And on Tuesdays, Phil holds the extra point. So come check us out. We got plenty of things going on here at Get Right. Let's get into it here. Thursday night football we got coming up is the Ravens at the Dolphins. The Baltimore Ravens are a 7.5 point favorite here. The over/under is 50.5. I was just looking up some metrics for the teams here. The overall ranking for the Ravens, power rank 6. The Dolphins are at 27. The defense ranking for Ravens is 30th and Dolphins is 27th. And the offensive ranking is Ravens 20th and Dolphins 22nd. So just two pretty rough, bad teams going against each other. Hopefully they put some games, some fantasy numbers up for us here. Obviously, we'll be looking at Lamar Jackson coming back this week and hopefully helping out Zay Flowers, as I just mentioned. And Derrick Henry finally kind of getting back into form here in the last game. So hopefully that helps out, Lamar Jackson and just getting back to how they were playing before, getting, good run game established there. The Ravens defense going on against the Miami offense. I mean, obviously their offense is struggling, but it's still a solid fantasy option this week. So, you can still pick run with and play the Ravens. On the Dolphins side of the ball, we got Jaden Waddle, right? Pretty hot streak here since Tyreek Hill injury. But it's got some up and down play. But he has a much start this week. You got to, see if he gets a good play in there. Same thing for Tua Tagovailoa. You want to start him as well. And Devon Achane, that was obviously you want to keep him going on. He's facing the weak run defense here. So it should be a favorable matchup for Achan. Those are the guys we're just looking at here for the Thursday night football game. I do want to mention there's 4 teams on a bye again: Browns, Jets, Eagles, and Buccaneers. So obviously, you guys are probably looking at your lineups right now and getting those things ready. Let me know if you guys got any trade discussions you guys want to go over. See if there's anything going on with you guys as far as some recent trades that happened for you here. Let's get into the injury news and notes here. Just some topics here, quarterback wise. Got Jaden Daniels practicing full and is expected to return for Week 9 against the Seahawks there. So hopefully, he rights the ship over there at Washington. They've been struggling without him. Michael Penix, was limited participation Wednesday with the knee injury, and his told his shoulders he's feeling good, but he's trending in the right direction for Week 9. Kyler Murray is expected to return to the starting lineup after missing 3 weeks with a foot injury. So hopefully better days there in Arizona and help out the running game as well. Having him, he's a runner himself. So running backs here, Ramondre Stevenson was sidelined with the toe issue Wednesday practice. So if you got Travion Henderson, fire him up because if Ramondre's out, he's gonna, Travion's gonna get a big workload. We also got Josh Jacobs here coming in, limited Wednesday practice while managing the lingering calf injury. Alvin Kamara also limited Wednesday with the ankle injury. Josh Downs did not practice Wednesday due to the hip injury. So you guys got to keep an eye on those and closer to game time decisions on those guys. I don't know why to put Josh Downs in there. Wide receivers, Puka Nacua was limited practice Wednesday with the ankle injury. But he said the star receiver is trending towards playing Week 9. So that's good news for us Puka Nacua owners. Drake London was limited practice Wednesday with the hip injury. So he's day-to-day and is expected to return Week 9. BTJ limited to practice, a shoulder injury. Lico Collins also limited practice Wednesday with working through the concussion that he got. Christian Kirk is limited practice Wednesday with the hamstring injury. Calvin Ridley also with the hamstring. Marvin Mims didn't practice concussion. And Stephon Diggs limited practice due to ankle injury. So those are some of the notes here. We got Roy Q coming in here. Give me 1 second, Roy. I'm about to get your items here. I just want to finish up with the tight ends here. Dalton Schultz didn't practice Wednesday. Freiermuth did not practice Wednesday with quadriceps injury. And we got Brock Bowers practice full on Wednesday. So he's good to go for Week 9. So on the bright side, we got Brock Bowers back for those Brock Bauer owners. Let's take a look at what Roy Q got's coming in here. So my team is Jaden Daniel, JT, CeeDee Lamb, Rashee Rice, Breece Hall, Rome Odunze, George Kittle, Brock Bowers, Rico, Jackson Dart, and Debo. All right. So I was thinking about trading Brock Bowers and Hayden Daniels for Patrick Mahomes. Any thoughts? See, Brock Bowers is just a really, really good piece. I got to take a look at who you guys got here because I'm not sure if I want to give Brock Bowers for Patrick Mahomes. I'm not sure if you're improving that much. Obviously, with Jaden Daniel, you have injury right now. I would like to know who, CD, I definitely might give that CD Rashee Rice. So you got Rashee Rice in now after the injury. Breece Hall, hopefully he gets traded. Rome's been solid. George Kittle, obviously back now. So that's why you're willing to move on Brock Bowers. I see that. And then you got Hayden Daniels here. I would do that. And he's 6-2 as well. Nice. Since you have Kittle back, that's the important piece that you have. You're not going to be lacking on tight end. You're heavy on tight end. I'm not sure if they went to the bye yet. I don't think San Francisco had their bye. Usually, I like to trade a player or get a player that's been through their bye, so you don't have to deal with that whole situation because it's one less game that you have. Just a little thing that I look at for some people, but I would go for it. If you could get it done for Brock Bowers, get Mahomes, that definitely improved your quarterback room. Obviously, there's probably nobody on the waiver wire that you could get, and you want to, up to the better guy there. I'm curious to know what the other side has as far as their quarterback room that they would be willing to give up Patrick Mahomes. So on that note, let me go in through some pay some bills here. I want to talk about uh, you know uh, underdog fantasy. That's the place we play pick 'em contest right now, and you simply pick higher or lower on player stats and total yards. So right now, if you go join them up and you use our promo code Get Right, you could help out the channel here, and you get an extra $100 here. I know it says play 5 get 50, but it's actually play 5 get 100 right now. So use our promo code Get Right with Underdog Fantasy. You could go to underdog.com or underdogfantasy.com, use the promo code, and help out the channel here. The other team is 1-7. I don't have and don't have anyone. uh, you know, I'm not sure if the rest of the league would appreciate it. Let me say that way. It's almost like he's tanking anyways. If he trades you, Mahomes, yeah, I mean, it depends on how your teammates would look at that, because sometimes, if the guy's already out of it, why is he trying to, trade now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Sometimes you got to look out for that and see if anybody's worried about that. It says, hey, man, I traded Sutton and Achan for Charbs and Puka and Scary Terry. My wide receivers are Puka, Waddle, Pearson, McLaurin. My running backs are Saquon, Henry, Dowdle, Bam, and Benson. Half point PPR, 12 team thoughts. So he traded Sutton, Achan, and Charbonnet for Puka and Scary Terry. Oh, I like it, but Scary Terry's been injured lately. And I think he kind of given up a little much. Sutton's been good too. Charbonnet's in the middle somewhere. Achan. I mean, you had the running back room to give up anyway. So, I mean, you had Saquon and Henry. Dowdle's been doing pretty good. Hopefully gets into a timeshare. Bam's been coming up, and you basically got the Arizona backfield there. Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, because what you're getting is Puka, and that's what you really want, and that's really just upgrade your whole wide receiver room. Since you were able to give up Achan, these other two guys are just kind of pieces. So hopefully, maybe you could just pick up on the waiver wire. I don't mind it at all. That's not bad, Jerry. Yeah, let's go into here some of the trade targets I had here. I wanted to mention just kind of some buy low targets in quarterback room. We're looking at Dak Prescott after rough week 9 there. He still remains a high end fantasy quarterback. And other managers, sometimes they panic, and so it's a good time to maybe shoot your shot at him. And even just doing a quick waiver wire pick here with Aaron Rodgers, another guy you could just go grab. Is not even just as buy low. He probably is on your waivers. I mean, on some of my leagues, he's on waivers, and he's been throwing up some great numbers, especially on these bye weeks. If you need somebody, take a look at Aaron Rodgers there. Also, as far as running backs here, we're looking at Jaylen Warren. He's just basically been lacking production lately, but he is dominating touches for the Steelers' backfield. And they got an easier schedule after week 10, so they should have a positive touchdown regression. We can make him a fantasy or RB1 for the second half of the season. So if you want to go take a look at Jaylen Warren there, try to get him from some people. He does have a favorable matchups going forward. So yeah. And also, like I just mentioned, Derrick Henry. We were just talking about him for this Thursday night game. He was in these trades just now. He's had some rough weeks, but he's coming back in the fold. Lamar Jackson, going against the struggling Dolphins there. It just looks like a good setup for them to have a good game. And he's been solid lately. So let's take a look at it. Okay, Hollywood Jack. What's up, Hollywood Jack? Oh, sorry, Andrew. I didn't give your name out here. Andrew Burwell there. So Hollywood Jack, what's up, man? So should I trade Bowers for Ladd? I have a Gadsden in my wide receivers are Dunze, Debo, and T-Mac. I think you could get a lot more than Ladd, McConkey for Bowers. Bowers is literally a top number 1 tight end. I know that he was injured and terrible play there with Geno Smith there, but you could still get more than that for him. I think you should, let's see who should maybe I wouldn't say Rashi Rice is the world, but even maybe possibly Rashi Rice. Somebody like that. I gotta pull up sorry, I was ill prepared for that question right now because I want to pull up some players here. Give me 1 second. just to kind of look at whereabouts I think you would get somebody for. The George Pickens of the world, you know what I mean? He's ranked above Lad right now. Maybe Devontae Adams you could chase after, or somebody like that. Maybe in Robo Dunze you could go after with having Brock Bowers. I think you get more than Lad. Just saying, get up a little bit more than that. But I wouldn't hate it, but I think you get just a little bit more. All right, so yeah, going back here to running backs here, I got Chase Brown. Now with Joe Flacco back at quarterback, the Bengals offense been firing on all cylinders. And so Brown's finally running right. He's got a soft schedule coming down the stretch, and he's a great buy low candidate. So check out Chase Brown. I know some people might be trying to sell high on him because they feel like he finally had a good week or two and they've been holding on to him and struggling with him. But now's the time to hold on to him. I had to take a drink here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, keep coming up with the questions here. Let's keep chatting, man. Keep the chat going. So we got Aaron Jones here as well. He had a quiet return from injury, but is still given a large share of the backfield work. So his value is low right now, but he has the talent and opportunity to produce RB1 or really RB2 rest of the season. So keep an eye out for Aaron Jones. I mean, his counterpart that was in there is a backup. Did really well. Had him for a second. I can't even think of his name right now. The San Francisco running back here that was over there, Jordan Mason. But yeah, I like Aaron Jones as an option here going forward. Like I said, it might be easier to get him and Chase Brown than it would be to get Derrick Henry off somebody. But I think people would move on Jalen Warren as well. So those are some trade options. I know we're coming in basically at the deadline. I just made a deadline. So what are we drinking? Just a Bud Light, man. I just don't show the label anymore. I would like to be drinking Morgan Territory, but I don't have any right now. Really good beer here, local brewery around town. They have some excellent Moontime, a hazy IPA. It's awesome. But tonight, just regular Bud Light, man. What are you drinking? We should have a drinking show. We used to do that a lot. Yeah, we'd be just drinking all night long here. Yeah, so wide receivers here, some buy targets here again. Zay Flowers, this is who I just bought right now. He's returning here week 9, and he's been heavily targeted the last production due to Jackson's absence. And his performance should improve dramatically now this quarterback back. I just feel like he's just going to have a great setup going down the line. So hopefully it works out. T. Higgins here, similar as Flowers. Higgins underperformed due to quarterback issues, but now with Joe Flacco slinging the ball, Higgins has a slight uptick in usage. So you might be able to go snatch him up if you can. It might be too late because people have seen that he's getting that one. Emeka Buka also, he's coming off a bye week, and he's seen his usage increase over the last 2 games. Mike Evans being down and all, and he was doing really good, but he had a couple just off games. So I think sometimes you could just go buy low when somebody's struggling like that, and on a bye week and all that. Some people will move on just because they need to get a guy in there. Yeah, you guys got any targets like that? I said we should. Let's go. Have a work tonight though. There you go. Well, we'll have to do it. Monday night show. Monday show, we're coming up. We're definitely. I'll bring some moon times in. I'll bring some nice quality beer and enjoy some good ones here on the show. I mean, why not, right? I mean, Phil does it. I mean, there's other show, the taverns and stuff like that. So you got to go check out his show as well. We got tight ends here coming up here. Jake Ferguson. We shut down this week with the Broncos. So that was a terrible outing, but, looking for a better matchup going forward here in week 9. And he's been a solid tight end number 1. So, maybe you could shoot after him. Hopefully maybe Dalton Kincaid, gets working again. He's had some good opportunities here, but his performance has been slacking. So hopefully he returns to previous usage and production. You can take a shot at him. But yeah, those are some of the guys we're talking about here. Let me see who else we got. A quarterback here. Just sell high targets. I think Justin Fields here. You want to sell on him. He just finally had a good performance here. And I know some of the counterparts are like, no, you want to keep him. He's going to come into his own. And I'm like, the dude only got his job back because everybody else was injured. So, I mean, that's just not the way to get your job back. So hopefully, maybe he does better, but I just not trusting him. If you can move on him, why not? And that's hard, though. Quarterbacks are hard to trade. You also got Caleb Williams as well. He's been up and down. And it's just been pretty difficult schedule coming up from week 13 to through week 16, and those are crucial fantasy playoffs. So if you want to move on him, now's the time to go. And his stock may never be higher than this after this week 9 here. So Bo Nix also, he's been putting up some great respectable fantasy numbers. But he's been aided by an easy schedule in the league, and he's got a provable matchup coming up with Texans. Texans defense is solid. And he's got a tough remaining schedule coming forward. So if you want to sell high on Bo Nix, trade him off. So yeah, those are some of the trades we got going on. Or just some sells. Looking at running backs here for some sells. RJ Harvey, after a 3 touchdown performance, I don't think he's going to repeat that. J.K. Dominance still there. He's still the guy getting most of the touches. So I don't think Harvey's going to take his job just yet. They're definitely going to be still a timeshare at best. And basically you've seen his best game. So sometimes you can trade him high, somebody will buy him and give you a little bit more than normal. But that guy's going to be in a timeshare. I'm looking to trade also Kamadu Vidal. Got a monster week 8, 117 yards and a touchdown. But he's in a temporary role when Omarion Hampton comes back. He'll be taking the backseat to Omarion Hampton. I don't think he'll steal his job. So you can sell him high right now. Hopefully get a better guy, quarterback, a right receiver, something like that, or tight end. Looking at that guys as well. Tyron Tracy. He had a huge stock bump because of the season and injury to Scam Scatterboo. But we should see an increased workload as likely more than a weekly flex option. Trade him to a Scatterboo manager for maximum value. So, that's basically, you want to probably pick them off the waiver wire and you can trade him over to the same guy that had him. He'll be more than happy to take him off your hands, but there's a reason why he lost his job in the first place. So just kind of sell him high before he even gets a play. This way they don't see the bad play and you could, get rid of the guy at this point, really. Another going into wide receivers here for some sells. Let's look at Cortland Sutton. High touchdown rate is just unsustainable, and he's popping up over overall fantasy ranking. So Sutton's not getting elite volume, but his fantasy production is overperforming. While analytics suggest it would be sell high before negative touchdown regression occurs. So basically saying, just by the numbers, he can't hold up this many touchdowns going forward. So obviously he's going to have lower fantasy value, that numbers going forward. And like I mentioned, the Denver schedule is kind of rough down the stretch. So, sell high while you can. Another guy, Jordan Addison, inflated numbers by big plays and touchdowns, and it's just not consistent. And so, you got to want to sell him as when you can. Another guy, Kayshon Boutte, recent touchdown streak, over in New England. But he's like an afterthought over there, Patriots roster a few weeks ago. So his role is not just stable enough to justify the recent production. So, but maybe you could hold on to him possibly here. But if you trade high as well, because, if he kind of earns his role, he could be something. Which is why you could trade him now. But if you want to hold, you can do that as well. John McGlynn saying traded King Harvey for a 27 first, and I'm still contending. Did I mess up? Nah. That's what you get, man. I think he sold him. How many more years has he got? This next year? I mean, obviously he's declining. Obviously he's surpassed his whole the age thing for a running back, but he's on a steep cliff. I think when he's done, he'll be done quick, and you got a first out of it. Uh, that's best case scenario. I don't, you know what I mean. I don't think you get more than that. You might get a first and a third or something, or a first and a low end player, but I don't mind it for a first. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. Yeah. So here's some tight ends. Around the Gaston. Around the Gaston was just literally a waiver wire pickup. But the usage significantly died in the second half of week 8. So I would suggest deploying trades while his value is still at peak. He's been in a lot of the trade talks, so when you look at the numbers here, and you look at all the players that are being traded the most, those are some of the players that are moving. So I give you some buy targets, some buy low, sell high targets here. Anybody get so check it out here. Sorry. Nathan here, 6372. Start Spears, Franklin, or Sharp. I'm a heavy favorite, so really just need the guy with the better floor. Franklin, Sharps. I think Spears will have the better floor, man. I always side on running backs over wide receivers, but Franklin has been pretty consistent lately. I just lean towards Spears right now. I would rank him basically how you have him: Spears, Franklin, and Sharp. So I would go Spears on that. Joe up. Would you trade Bucky for Gianti? 2 and 6. And Gianti hasn't been that good. I think, and Bucky's coming back. I'm not. Let me look at the ranking analyzer. Hold on 1 second here. I don't even see him on my list right now as for where he's ranked at. Yeah, Tajay Spears here. Yeah, so I don't even see him right now. Yeah, Tyler here. I don't know. I don't think I could move on Bucky. I got to tell you. As soon as he's back, he's definitely a top running back here. I just don't feel the same about Genty and the Raiders there. So I just, I'd go with Bucky. I'd hold on to him. He's going to be back soon, and you're going to be happy that you have him. Especially if you're doing all right. But you're 2 and 6. So I'm not sure if that's going to. Yeah, I don't know if that's the move. Shoot. I heard he might have surgery, and his injury could lead him to be more injury prone. That's true. I have him in 2 leagues. Yeah, that's tough here. Let me look up if you're holding. Give me 1 second. I want to look up his game log real quick for Ashton Johnson. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3 double-digit game, 4 double-digit game, 1 that was really good. And we've got matchups coming up. Jacksonville, Denver is going to be tough. Dallas is going to be excellent for both teams. Cleveland's tough. Chargers, you got Denver again, so he's going to be playing Denver twice. That's not good. Houston in week 16, that's your fantasy playoffs. So you got to consider the rest of his schedule. But I know what you're saying here with Bucky. Give me a second. I'm just interested. This is an interesting trade, man. Let me see what we got for Bucky, and as far as he's coming back here. I wish I had Mike's thing here because he says the numbers on it. I mean, let's see. He's going to be scheduled back. If he does come back, I mean, he's on a bye week now for week 9. Maybe he comes back by week 12. And then you got Arizona, New Orleans, Atlanta, Carolina, Miami to go and end the season with. That's a pretty easy schedule if you ask me. I would like to know more about this surgery or this injury. If he is going to have surgery, I mean, he'd be basically done. If he's if he's done for the season, that's no good. I do understand what you mean because he might get injury prone. I just don't like Gianti that much. I think maybe if but it's hard to trade for more than that. Um, the good thing about Gianti, he's starting right now. He's a starting running back there, and he gets you some points where needed. So you're 2-6. I mean, I think you got to do it. I mean, because you know you got him in 2 leagues, but in this league you're 2-6. I mean, you sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get out the bottom. I'm not sure if you're going to get up enough to get out of there though. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Looking at these guys, I traded Bucky for Chase Brown and BTJ in my other league, and it got vetoed. So that's why I'm trying to sell Bucky in my other league for Gianti because I'm 2-6. Yeah, I get that. But how did you get that? Traded Bucky and Chase Brown and BTJ. Why would they veto that? Yeah, see, that's why I don't like them vetoing like that. Why would they veto that? BTJ's been struggling. Chase Brown just finally got good because Flacco's going over there. And again, if Bucky comes back, you got to definitely start in one that's better than Chase Brown, or at least has been. And BTJ's just kind of throwing piece. Why would they veto that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd be like, what? See, I don't like that whole veto thing. Like, you can't just be like, everybody has to be some kind of collusion. Yeah. I was over there, Lee Dog. Yeah, I'd be moving on, dude. Like that, how you gonna be veto that? That's just not vetoable as far as I'm concerned. It's not so lopsided that there's collusion happening or something. You know what I mean? Like, what the heck? What's going on here? I'm commissioner of my leagues, and in 16 years, I never heard vetoed a trade. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. I think we've only vetoed one, but it was clear collusion. It was a very clear collusion on their part. There were family members, and they were just like, "Here, have all my players, so you can win the league." And we didn't let that fly. So, other than that one instance, I've never vetoed a trade. Everyone told me it makes my team slightly better, but like that's the whole point of the trade. That's the whole point. Slightly, and they said slightly. You know what I mean? Come on, that's just wrong. That you're in the right. You should be allowed to keep this trade, and that's that. Like, if that's who you want to trade, Bucky, I think Bucky's better than both of these guys. I mean, if he's out on the board right now, I know BTJ is a piece, but he hasn't been the same guy that he was last year. And you're hoping he comes back to that form. And Chase Brown has had a couple of good games, but that doesn't mean he's going to continue that. He's been pretty crappy up until this point, so it's kind of it's a toss-up. I like Chase Brown going forward, as long as Joe Flacco keeps being the quarterback and flinging that ball. But what if he goes down and then Chase Brown goes back to nothing, and now you don't have Bucky? There's pros and cons to it, but I mean that's the whole point of that trade. See, at least I'm not alone. Gosh, I'm so yeah, I would be too, man. I would be too. I'm like, everyone told me, like, it makes slightly better. No, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go back over there to Smoking the Cat. What's up, my brother? How you doing tonight? I traded Pickens to get Gianti. My running backs are Rashad White and RJ, and my starting wide receivers Puka, Rice, London. What was a W or L? I traded Pickens to get Gianti, and your running backs were Rashad White and RJ. Yeah. Pickens, I'm not sure if I would have traded Pickens away, man, not for Gianti. Just look at the numbers that Pickens has and the numbers Gianti has, and he's been putting up. And I know the CD's back and all, but I don't think his numbers are going to decline that much. But maybe you're selling high and you are getting Gianti, but I just don't. I'm just not sold on Gianti and the whole Raiders offense and everything they got going on over there, man. Maybe it'll be better with Brock Bowers in there. Kind of relieve some pressure and give somebody for Geno Smith to dump off the ball to really quickly. That will help some situations, get some running room going, so they don't have stack in the box to get Gianti. Rashad White, he's going to be gone soon. If Bucky comes back, here we got RJ. Again, I was just talking to him about him and J.K. Dobbins over there. He's going to be, at the very least, in the timeshare. He just basically had his best game of the year. So I do like your starting Puka, Rice, and London, but London just got injured. He might be playing again this week. I don't trust London. I actually traded him away. So yeah, that Pickens. Yeah, you think you had a good starting lineup there with Pickens right there. But let's see how it pans out. I'm not the fan of that one though. I'm not the fan of that one. That's we're gonna cat. Justin's up with Joe. What's up, man? What's up, man? How's it going tonight? So anybody got any other trades going on here? Again, I just kind of went over mine that I actually did today. I just want to kind of remind everybody what we got going on here. No, he's coming up with one, Justin. Come on, give me the rest of it here. And did it bring me to me? Oh, I forgot to upload it. Oh man, got to put it in there. We got our affiliates there. Got to mention the Fantasy Football Tavern here and the Extra Point with Phil Ruskin. So Kendall does the Fantasy Football Tavern, and we got Phil do the Extra Point. Phil's here on Tuesdays, as I mentioned. Here's our weekly schedule, guys, just so y'all know. On Monday, we do the Overreaction Waiver Wire show. Tuesdays, Phil with the Extra Point. Here we are doing the Roster Trade Management show. But I know a lot of guys maybe after week 9 end trades just like the NFL. I know my leagues do. So I got to see what we're going to do next Wednesday if I have a show here. Friday we got sit starts Q&A. So all the guys are on here Friday, and then Mike holds it down on Sunday mornings with the active inactives, daily fantasy stuff. So come check us out. That's our schedule here, guys. Let's see what he came up at. So we got a 7-1 on 12-man PPR. Should I trade Dak back up to Mahomes? Javonte Williams. I also have Saquon, JT Benson, RJ Harvey, DJ Moore, others, Ibuka, Wando, and Justin Jefferson, DK Makeup. Nice. 7-1 a total team. Should I trade Dak? So you got your backup is Mahomes, and you're seeing if you should trade Dak. Well, he just had a down game, so if somebody's still interested in him, you kind of want to do it on a high game when he has a really good game. Then his value kind of, looks up higher. Javonte Williams has been solid all year. Obviously, Saquon has pretty good, decent game this last week. JT's been killing it. Vincent RJ Harvey had a decent game here. DJ Moore solid, and Becca's solid. Wandale's got his chance here. JJ's the man, and DK's working through some things here. So solid team. I wouldn't mind moving on Dak, but again, I always just try to move on those players after your remaining players bye week, because you still got one more week to deal with. So consider that as well. Allen is my quarterback. Running backs are Bijan, Henry, Hall, Henry, Harvey, Hendo, Weiss, Davis, Smith, KC running backs are shooters HAB, DK, Mark, VJ, Tyler Kinsey, and Goddard. Nice. Yeah, 1 second. Chat fed in the chat. Yeah. It's a 12-team league, 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 flex. I'm 6-2. Yeah, that's a solid teams. So what's the question here? So should I trade away Henry and Marv, and I get Goddardson and Justin Jefferson? So you get Gatson and Justin Jefferson for JJ. I would, because you got Bijan. You still got Hall. Hall could be traded to help the situation out. Harvey's decent enough. Travion Henderson could be a starter here pretty soon if Ramondre Stevenson stays out. Yeah, I would do it. I mean, you're getting JJ. That's an important piece right there. You're upgrading. In my eyes. So I would do it. And I would have 3 tight ends. Then I would probably trade away one of them. Yeah, definitely trade away one of them. No reason to keep Kelsey, Goddard, and somebody else. I would probably sell on Goddard, or maybe even the name of Kelsey, because. But then again, he's hit and miss sometimes. I don't know, but he's had pretty good games as of late. It's taken a while to warm up for Kelsey there. So should I trade Dak and Giante for DJ Moore and Justin Jefferson? I'm the DK, my bad. Okay, so I trade DK and Javonte Williams for DJ Moore and Justin Jefferson. So really, the Justin Jefferson's for the Javante part. It's kind of a wash. I like those guys, but DJ Moore and DK is what I'm thinking about. If that's what's going to help you with that, it's not a bad move. I'm just curious why you're moving away from Javonte Williams, who's been solid. DJ Moore's had this decent games. Obviously, Jefferson's the piece that you're going for here. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, that's a pretty even trade, and that's why it's if that's what you're looking to improve it, I would definitely go with it. Joe Kingsley here is I have a start sit question: Woody, Marks, Charbonnet, or Pollard? Personally, I would I want to shoot for Woody Marks. I just don't think he's going to get all those touches. But he does really well with the touches, so it's like a high risk, high reward with that guy. Charbonnet, Pollard, about the same guy. If anything, maybe Tony Pollard at this point. I'd shoot. Yeah, if you want to shoot for it, Woody Marks. But I mean, if you want to stay a steady floor, Sharps or Pollard would be the steady floor guys. Justin said I just have Bijan, Hall, Isaiah Davis. Wide receivers would be AJ, JJ, DK, and wide receiver 1 and 2 and flex. Yeah. Oh, no worries, man. Appreciate it, man. Just please subscribe, man. Appreciate it, man. Frank, what's up, man? What's up, man? What's up, y'all? Knuckle Buster here, 420. What's up, man? I'm about to do that myself. Is Pickens the new number 1 in Dallas? Nah. He's definitely a good WR2 going forward. I mean, Dak has been throwing dimes. The offense is on fire over with Dallas. We can't stop nobody. Don't get it twisted. The Dallas defense is the worst right now. But CD's the man. There's no doubt about it. But Pickens is definitely a solid wide receiver 2 going forward for the rest of the season. I'd definitely be happy to have him and rock him on them. Hit them likes and subs. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Top 5 KW says half point PPR flex, ETN, Sutton, or BTJ there. Next to love. Etienne. I think I'd roll with Sutton on that one right now. Not too bad of a schedule here. Give me a second. Let me look that up 1 second. I don't want to give you a bad one. I got to remember who they're playing. Oh, that's a tough Houston defense. Who's Etienne playing? Vegas. I would say Etienne. I mean, that's an easier matchup just based on the matchup. But in general, I like Sutton over Etienne. BTJ's been struggling, and he's got an injury right now, so I definitely stay away from BTJ. Bo Nix or Love. Again, Bo Nix is facing a tough Houston defense. Let's take a look at who Love is facing here. I don't remember the whole full schedule. Give me 1 second. He's got Carolina. So, yeah, I take Love all day on that. I don't know, man. CD looked like the young age. Nah, man. He just came back from injury. Got to let him, get better. You know what I mean? Obviously. Just gonna mess with you. Yeah. I was like, no, he's doing all right, man. Jelio the Mouth 231 says Hunter Henry was worst tight end matchup versus Atlanta. Stream Loveland, Jawan Johnson, or Theo Johnson PPR. Jawan Johnson just had a pretty decent game. I got to look at what Loveland numbers were lately. Holston here, and I liked him pre-season here, the start of the season, but he's just had a tough matchups. I mean, he's only had not even a double-digit game. He's playing against Cincinnati. That's not a bad start here. And you got Theo Johnson as well. Let's take a look who he's playing against. The Giants tight end here is playing against San Francisco's defense, so that's going to be a tough matchup for him. Yeah, I would still stick with Hunter Henry. Honestly, he's still the better player. But if anybody, got Jawan Johnson, I think of any of the three there. Crosby's going to be lock it down. Mark my words. Corey Crosby and Barrett? I think so. Is that who you're talking about? Which Crosby? John McLean is Mark Andrews a buy, sell, or hold in a 12-team Dynasty tight end premium league because of his contract year? I had some notes on Mark Andrews. Hold on a second. I don't think I even read them. And have him in the buy low category. So, similar to Flowers, Andrews has a value been depressed by Lamar Jackson injury, and Lamar Jackson coming back. So hopefully he plays better. Again, contract years have Claypool. I haven't seen Isaiah Likely kind of hinge into his play this year. Like last year, as soon as Isaiah Likely showed up on the scene, it was like Mark Andrews took a back seat. I haven't seen that happen this year, but I mean, it's pretty rough play over there. So I'd try to sell high, man. Like honestly, what are you going to get for him in the 12-team dynasty? Maybe a number a 2 or 3 pick at best, or are you going to trade for another player? That's what I see. If you are selling, I would sell high now as much as you can. I'd be buying for the rest of the season, but I wouldn't be buying in dynasty. So yeah, I would sell if I could. Also, it's important. I'm trading with a 1-7 guy, so Henry and Marv wouldn't affect me. Yeah, no, it wouldn't. But again, we were just talking about earlier. I'd never veto trades, but sometimes it just looks bad against the guy at the bottom. But at some point, you do have to make some trades to better your team. So yeah. On that note, guys, let me know if you guys have one last question here. Other than that, I'm going to shut it down for tonight. Definitely be back again on Monday for the overreaction waiver wire show we have here. I think Kendall might be joining me, or Dylan might join me as well. So we got to look forward to those guys. Let me know what you guys think of a new intro. We also got a new outro, basically same song, just for the outro now. And as always, appreciate you guys coming on with me. Please do like and subscribe, and check us out in the next week. Peace out.